Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you are all doing well out there today. So I wanted to do a collection update video here with everything I picked up from Black Friday shopping. And I always love going out for Black Friday, and I feel like each year it gets easier and easier just because stores are doing all these crazy times with all this, and there's so much good stock on stuff. I remember going when it was just that midnight release, and Walmart particularly was always the spot I'd be for that midnight drop, and they would just have everything wrapped up in saran wrap and just boom, and it's just hordes of zombies. And I'm sure it's still like that when they do their doorbusters at 5 or 6 o'clock, whatever they do. But there's such a good stock of movies now between Best Buy and Target. You can pretty much get anything you want going out later. And I usually shoot out around like 10 o'clock at night or so because I don't miss out on anything. I always get what I want. And the movies that I would have bought, I already owned that there were some killer deals on with Walmart, like the $8 for the 4K of Far From Home, and then also Avengers Endgame. Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, Walmart kind of won the day with some of those 4K releases. But nevertheless, it's just such a great time to pick up movies that you can get for a decent price and take a chance on. So I'll go through all these here, and there's some that were some great deals for Black Friday that I already own because they would have had like an exclusive release for that, like Godzilla, Avengers and such. So I already had those because of the exclusive steelbooks and everything. So didn't double dip on anything like that, but got a good stack here. I'm actually really happy with a lot of these. So go through these here one by one quick. We got the animated film Suicide Squad Hell to Pay. Have not seen this. Looking forward to checking this out. This was $4. I thought this was a killer deal. It's a really nice slip. It's all embossed here. So thought this was a really awesome release for $4. Looking forward to checking that out. DC does good with their animated stuff for the most part. So there's another one that'll be popping up here too. But new release for It's a Wonderful Life. Now this is kind of cool. This is the Missus is like one of her favorite films, especially for like Christmas time and everything. But this is kind of cool because there's a color version on here. So I think it'd be kind of cool to revisit that there. I've grown to appreciate this movie a lot more over the years, but I'm looking forward to checking this one out. Next, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Thanksgiving classic there. Bad Times at the El Royale. So I'm looking forward to seeing this. I missed this one in theaters. That's another thing I'll do for Black Friday. It's $15 to go to the movies. If I miss a movie in the theater and I can get the movie for $10 or less, I feel like I'm still making out on top, and it's just a movie in the collection, even if it's not the best film ever. So this is one I just happened to miss in the theater, $6. So I am definitely more than happy to grab it at that price. Same thing with Super Troopers 2. Didn't hear good things about this. I ended up skipping it in the theater and such, but for $4, I will eventually give this a shot. Next, we got Bumblebee. Another one I missed in the theaters, but $6 on Black Friday. I will get around to this one day, but I've heard tons of great things about this. And it sucks that the Transformers movies get such a bad rep, because I thought the first Transformers was actually really entertaining. I went to the movie theater on 2 different occasions, and then there was a double feature with that at the Outdoors. I actually saw it 3 times while I was in theaters. I really liked that first Transformers. I haven't seen it in a while, so I don't know if it'll hold up quite as well, but those movies put out such amazing trailers, and they're so epic and suck you in, and then it's just the same shit. So I'm really excited to see Bumblebee. Hopefully it's going to be a little bit more of a fresh take to take it back to what that first event or Transformers film kind of gave. Next year, Lego Movie 2. Not seen this one yet either, but $4 at Target for this. I thought that was a killer price, and with the slipcover, man. I mean, it's almost on almost the slipcover on Black Friday is a deal breaker for me. Like, it almost is. If it's a $4 movie, I almost don't buy it if it doesn't have a slip sometimes, which is ridiculous, but that's just how I think. Next, we got Shazam. This is a cool lenticular slip. I was really happy that they still had slips for this because I almost snagged this when it first came out because I really liked this slip, but I didn't want to pay full price for it. I liked the movie. I thought this was one of the better ones that DC had done, but the whole ending to that, and DC, like, all their movies do the same thing. Like, Man of Steel is another great example. Like, everything's really good, and then the ending just kind of takes you out of it a little bit. And Man of Steel did a much better job with their climactic battle than Shazam, but Shazam kind of falls in the same category with Wonder Woman, Justice League, Batman v Superman, Suicide Squad. It's just, for the most part, there's good setups, there's things in there that you can tie onto. Some of those movies are absolutely terrible, but Shazam and Wonder Woman, we'll say. Enjoyed both of them. And then you got to the ending, and it just turns into this clusterfuck of a CGI mess. And it was kind of the same thing with Shazam. Thank God the characters were so likable because it carried through the whole ending sequence. But overall, I did enjoy that movie. Next, we got X-Men Dark Phoenix, and I missed this one in the theaters as well, so I'm really excited to check this one out. I know it did not get the best reviews and such, and neither did Apocalypse, but I enjoyed Apocalypse for the most part. It's definitely not the best X-Men film. I didn't think it was a pile of shit. It's just so hard when you've got so many great X-Men films to stack it up against. Eventually, something's not going to, be on that same level. So I'm hoping this is still at least entertaining enough. Next, the original How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I love the slip on this here. It's kind of, well, you can see it perfectly, actually. It's a really cool slip there. This is more so just, to have around Christmas time. You're always going to have that. You're always going to watch it. So for $6, I felt like it was an absolute steal to have something on Blu-ray like that. Next is Mission Impossible Fallout. I loved this movie. I did not get on board with the Mission Impossible films until, was it the fifth one? It might have been the last one, the fifth one. And then I went back and watched them. I think I'd seen the first one, and then I went back and I rewatched all of them and such to get caught up to speed. And then I caught this one in theaters. But man, these movies are so good. And I feel like they've gotten better. Like, they're like a fine wine. Like, the fifth one and this one are probably my favorites. The last two that they've done. And this was awesome. Henry Cavill was great in this. I don't know, man. They keep finding new and fresh ways to use almost the same premise and the same kind of tropes that they've put into these movies, but they still get you, man. Like, they still find a way to get you with it. Next, we have got The Nun. I have heard this is absolute shit, but for $4 slipcover, I am going to give it a shot because this is another one that I ended up missing in the theater. And even if it's terrible, I still like the idea of this. And the nun character itself, I think, is a really cool idea. So for $4, more than happy to grab this at that price there. And I got lucky with the slip too. Everything that they had out on the shelf was no slip. And as I was in the checkout line, they had one little display with a couple of these that had slips on them. So I swapped it out real quick. So that worked out great. Next, we've got Glass. Looking forward to checking this out. This is another one I know that did not get the best reviews and such, but I just recently had watched Unbreakable. I actually had never seen Unbreakable. I saw Split first, which I really liked. Went back, watched Unbreakable, which was very good. And then I'm looking forward to seeing this here, kind of tying it all together. Next, another DC animated Batman Hush. This one I wanted to grab when it came out, but I missed the Steelbook. So I was like, all right, I'll just wait for Black Friday. And sure enough, $6. So that worked out great. Next, we've got A Star is Born. I have not seen this one yet either, but for $4, I will definitely give it a chance. Nothing I'm super interested in seeing, but for $4, I'm a musician. I like music and stuff. I will eventually get around to watching that. I've heard a lot of good things too. Next, we've got Crawl. Super excited to check this one out. Anything that Sam Raimi is attached to, I want to definitely check out. And Alejandro Aja here, who directed this. Looking forward to checking this out as well. Next, the new Child's Play movie, which I was boycotting this film up until they announced Mark Hamill doing the voice of Chucky, so I'm looking forward to checking this out, really just for the sole purpose of Mark Hamill's performance. There's nothing about this movie that is intriguing to me. The whole way that they have twisted the story with the new premise of what the doll is, just 100% not interesting to me at all. But I'm going to give this a chance because Mark Hamill's attached to it, and I almost feel like that's why they put him to this movie, but I will give it a chance. Last that I had picked up here for this Black Friday, Detective Pikachu, and I'm pretty stoked to check this out. I was never a massive Pokemon fan, but I used to watch the cartoons somewhat regularly. I've been waiting for a good Pokemon movie for forever. I just want to see all the Pokemon on the big screen just doing their thing. This isn't quite, what I would want to see. I want to see Pokemon Trainer going out there in the battles and stuff. Maybe that's in here. I have no idea what to expect out of this, but from the trailer, it's not what I gathered. But there's tons of Pokemon in this, which I just want to see Pokemon. That's all I want to see. I just want to see all the Pokemon on the big screen. That's what I want to look at. So that's going to do it, guys. That is my stack of everything that I picked up from Black Friday this year. Whoa. So, yeah, pretty good stack. It'll probably take me a while to get through this because I still got like 2 shelf space full back here of movies that I need to get to. So I'll add these all to the list and start breaking these down. Probably talk about some of them in a later video too. But leave some comments down below, guys. Curious what what movies you guys have picked up for Black Friday this year and what you felt were some of the best deals that you got. So leave some comments down below. Hope you guys are all doing well. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I will catch you all next time.